Hey guys, my name is Lydia. I'm here with my dad today, Samuel Silva. We will be talking a little bit about cancer and the effects it may have on the human body, some alternative treatments that there may be a possibility for, and a little bit of my father's story. He battled cancer when he was younger at age 12. A background about my dad: he has a PhD in
Drug discovery.
drug discovery, research, and development. We lived a little bit in Philadelphia while he completed his doctorate. He also owns a biotech company in Brazil, by Sims Biopharma, and he is here visiting me in the United States. I own Relevant Nutrition LLC and cater some of his products.
All right. Thank you, Didi, for the opportunity. Yes, we did have some experience. I've been researching cancer for more than 20 years now. I've done my PhD in the US. I worked in big pharma here in the US. Then, after took responsibility for the R&D division for a big pharmaceutical company in Brazil. And for about 7 years, 8 years ago, I founded Sims Biopharma, and we are spearheading our activities here in the US. And we're looking forward to serve the American public with our products and the results of those almost 30 years on me, on my side, right? Because I did a continuation of your grandfather's work. And yeah, I'm very excited to be here. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you for being here. So, I saw one of your recent posts that it's been 40 years since you have beat cancer.
Right.
Um, would you like to elaborate a little bit about how that was for you when you were a young kid in the hospital?
Oh, yes, sure, certainly. Yes. When I was about 12 years old, I had the diagnosis of cancer. And yeah, as you can imagine, this is very devastating news. And I didn't understand what was going on. But now I'm a father of six. You're one of them, right? One of the six kids. And I can't imagine what my parents went through. But my understanding was it was a severe cancer, solid tumor cancer in the wall of the stomach, outside wall, and that was quite painful for a while. And then I was submitted to surgery. After surgery, was the tumor was too big for to be cut out. So I just did a biopsy. After this biopsy, we went through the full blown treatment of chemotherapy, and that was like a journey of about 2 years. I lived in the hospital for about a year, from my 12 years old to good solid almost 12 months in the hospital before I was left. I was allowed to go home because of the chemotherapy, lowers your immune system. So that's quite a journey. While I was in the hospital, my father was also, he used to research with natural products, for our family, and he continued. He dived into it, going deeper into this research, and he conceived what was the starting point of my pharmacy school, my PhD, and now the line of products we have at Sims Biopharma in relevant nutrition. So those are the so everything started with a pain in the hospital. It was really out of pain that I thought there's like I gotta do something about it. Right, I was in the children's hospital there in Brazil, and I saw how much pain people went through, and how many families and how many children. I lost a couple friends for cancer, or for the uh, cancer treatment, and so that was my journey. I decided my life, I would do something to relieve pain. So it went really well. It was God's intervention, because I played scientist when I was a little boy. I had lizards and different kind of plants and different kind of insects collection in my backyard. So I saw, wow, I guess I will continue this dream. So yes, now we have a product that's sold all over Brazil. It's called BioVit Bioglucan, That is, it is an immunomodulator. Is a supplement. It's a very elegant supplement that works orally and easy to take. Is actually taken by pediatrics to geriatrics. So in other words, from children to adults. As young as eight months, old children take our supplements and drop wise, and an adult, and they take for many challenges, especially chronic diseases, but most of our focus is on in cancer and oncology. So now we have a privilege to work with more than 4,000 health professionals in Brazil, among nutritionists, oncologists, gynecologists, pediatricians. Several of those medical professionals use our supplements, especially BioVit, to relieve pain and bring good news to families.
That's amazing. So you mentioned that you really appreciate researching more natural alternatives, and so did my grandfather, your dad. So the product BioVit that you now have to offer in the market in Brazil, which I'm also bringing to the United States, was this the product that your dad used with you when you were a cancer patient?
Exactly. Yes, I was doing the whole enchilada of treatment, like chemotherapy, and which was really severe on me. I was in parallel taking our supplement, which today is BioVit. I mean, the concept, right, was not really the finished product, but right there, it was curious to me as I got older because I had solid tumor, and some people with what we call liquid tumor or um, you know lymphoma, which is a cancer in the blood. Also having results like women with breast cancer and men with prostate cancer and stomach cancer and adults and children. So I quickly was puzzled because our pharmaceutical strategy nowadays is that you target something like, say, this is a really good medicine for glioblastoma or lymphoma, non-small Hodgkin's, cell lung cancer. But I was seeing that the supplement we're using, developing, was multi-target, and I was like, if each tumor has a different kind of cells, different kind of proteins, how come every single tumor answers the same way? They are, or the patients usually have the same response, which is like improvement of the immune system, reduction of the side effects of the chemotherapy. I was like, because all kinds of tumor, doesn't matter if it's lymphoma, sarcoma, you know, uh, all those different kinds of tumors or cancers that have a response is not cancer specific. Must be something else. Must act through the body, and then the body is enabled or becomes enabled to recognize the cancer process. So I was like, that might be through the immune system. It was really interesting because that was early in the 90s, 1990 something. I was in student pharmacy school, and I thought that might be through the immune system. And the immune system has what we call natural killer cells, uh, TNF alpha, tumor necrosis alpha. So TNF alpha, those are proteins that the immune system secretes, and they actually are able to melt or attack the tumor. And I was like, it might be stimulating those cells. And indeed, I started digging some papers, more and more research. There was a group out of Japan researching these properties, like immunomodulation, and a group out of the U.S. And I was the only kid, like the only guy in Brazil, like, oh, gee, man, I might be up to something here.
Wow.
Yes. So this is how we started. So yeah, my father, your grandfather started, and then I got the science behind it.
So, would you say that this ingredient, this active ingredient that my grandfather gave to you when you were in the hospital, was it kind of what like the raw material of what we have today, or what exactly would he make for you?
Yeah, it
Is it a
it was
tea?
the beginning. Yeah, the beginning of the process that enabled me to go deeper and understand what molecule, what process is. So it's the molecule is called beta glucan, which is widely known now. Is a supplement off the shelf. You have beta glucan any drugstores as a food supplement, as a supplement. Nutraceuticals, some would classify this way. But depends on how you do your your biotech process, your biotechnology. Those structure changes in the format, and then activity can be high, low, or not really be active in the immune system. So we have what we have is a specific biotechnology process in which we cultivate the cells, rupture the cells, right, and formulate the the actives.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say biotech process,
Mm.
what are you referring to?
We have a set of is we work with yeast, and the yeast is cultivated. So there are cells, right? So they have bio is life, and tech is from technology, right? So you get the cells to do what you want. So the environment in which those cells grow, how you treat them, and all this, the pH and all the temperature and all those things, makes the cells produce a molecule in a form that is very active, very avidly recognized by the immune system. It is very elegant because you see like patients that goes under chemotherapy. One thing that's really classical that goes happen with patients that goes into chemotherapy is that they lower the immune system.
Right.
So the white blood cells goes down. This is well established. Everybody knows that, right? Oh, you know, we cannot treat you today because your white blood cells are low. Why don't you come back next week or in a couple weeks, right? Because the immune system gets attacked by the chemotherapy and radiotherapy, right? So it actually improves. You do a do a lab test before you take BioVit, and then you can do 7 days. This is really amazing. 7 days later, and you see a trend in going up in your white blood cells. It's
Wow.
really magnificent.
This
Yes.
is so interesting.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So
And that makes easy for the physician to adhere to your to our supplements. So what we do, we say in our team at SAMS here in the U.S. In Brazil is one prescriber, one pro health professional at a time, one life at a time. We're gonna change lives.
So, if I understand correctly, the chemotherapy and radiotherapy treatments that we have available now in healthcare to help those who are going through cancer, it also destroys their immune system.
Right. The dream drug is you have the cancer cells, and the it's like what we call the silver bullet, right? You go past everything, just hit the the cancer, but that doesn't happen really, right? So you take the chemotherapy. What's the concept of chemotherapy? First thing is cytotoxic. So cyto is cell, and tox is what I'd say. It's toxic to the cell. So it's a cell killer. That's what chemotherapy is. Our hope, or the hope of the oncologists and the hope of the industry, is to kill more cancer than healthy cells.
Wow.
That's the hope, right? But along the way, you have damages. Like I use the example of saying, you know, imagine you have a beautiful garden, right? And it's popping here and there. There's a spot that's growing here and there. Some bad weeds. Voila, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. So it's growing some weeds over there. You want to get rid of those weeds, right? You can hire, or you can do yourself, right? You can hire a gardener, and he'll pluck one by one, right? And you keep all your flower beds okay, or the trees and all the bushes very beautiful, or the right. What chemotherapy does is actually you contract a tractor. So guy comes with a bulldozer to get rid of the weeds, Well, imagine you maneuver. It doesn't matter if it's a huge bulldozer or a bobcat kind of small, tractor. It's gonna create damages that you don't want, right? You're gonna bump into some vase. You're gonna, scrape some side of your house. I don't know. Hope not. But anyway, you got the picture, right? So
Right.
so the chemotherapy
So
comes with a damage. So it's like, so it attacks the cancer, but also attacks everything that multiplies fast. What does that multiplies fast in your body? Your nails, your hair, your immune system. Every 20 to 30 days, every single cell in your mucosa, that means oral mucosa and everything, are
regenerated.
regenerated. So it also damages your mucosa.
Wow. So, what does this look like as far as symptoms for the cancer patient who is going through chemotherapy and radiotherapy? What are they going to see? What is most common? That I know that some of our audience may relate, family, friends, or someone who might be listening who is going through this treatment. What are some tangible symptoms that they may be feeling that you see often?
Right, right. Just imagine like your immune system. It's absolutely. I've been studying the immune system for the last, like I said, cancer immune system for the last 20 years, and the more I study, the more amazed I'm getting, because we think about the immune system. Oh, I got a cough, my immune system is down. I got a cold, I got, my immune system is down. But actually, what we are finding out, your immune system play a much bigger role. Immune system, for you to have an idea, Lydia, it plays a role in your mood,
Wow.
in your concentration, in your quality of sleeping. That's how deep this immune system goes. So what happens is, and it is multiplied every single day, right? And it's renewed every 21 days. This is why chemotherapy gives you a little break.
Yeah.
Because you gotta give a chance
For the
you
immune system to kind
to
of
catch up. Yeah, yes, exactly. So what happened is, the immune system started being hit really hard, and it goes down, goes down, goes down, goes down, goes down. So because your immune system goes down, a bunch of stuff starts happening. For example, immune system goes down, the patient, well, right away you see like the drop in the blood test, right? The lab test. So that makes them vulnerable to infection, right? They can catch a cold, they can catch something. Um, and obviously, your immune system's down. You don't have much energy. Your body needs rest. So, if a strong fatigue,
fatigue,
uh,
chronic fatigue,
strong, not chronic, but it's strong. It's actually acute fatigue, right?
okay.
Because chronic is a long time, right? But is a acute.
Okay.
Because like that's like you get really tired. I remember like, feeling just like sleeping after my chemotherapy. And it's just as you sleep, as you get tired, and because your mucosa, in your oral mucosa and intestinal mucosa, your gastrointestinal mucosa is destroyed or partially or vastly devastated, if you don't want to use the word destroyed, you don't feel like much eating at all. You don't feel like eating, you might catch diarrhea, So what happens is you go into this, lack of appetite, which is not good news for somebody that's facing a marathon, right? So, and then you start losing weight. Because you lose weight, you're fatigued and you're sleeping a lot. What happens is you start having what we call, you lose muscles, right? So you start losing muscle, and then start quality of your quality of life really goes down. So the center of all the side effects that brings out uh, of the immune system. So in the center has the immune system. Because immune system goes down, then you have infection, then you have fatigue, then you have
Loss of appetite.
less of appetite, and then this is interesting. And then you create a stage of highly um, inflamed environment. The person gets really inflamed, right? Because you generate a lot of free radicals. Those free radicals is the genesis, the beginning of inflammation. So what you have now is like a person is like low immune system, severely fatigue, lack of appetite, sarcopenic, which is mean. What does it mean? What does it mean? Sarcopenic, loss of muscle, and now you don't. You get inflamed,
Wow.
and then those inflammation brings you pain. So now you are in pain. You are so all that's this package, Lee, this is really interesting. This package is all off, out. It's a spin out
The
or
immune
spin off
system.
from the immune system. What happens is when the person starts taking biovit, it's so amazing because they say, I don't feel tired anymore. My pain is reducing. We have cases of a cancer patient with a liver metastatic cancer, femoral metastasis, was a liver cancer with metastasis in the femur. That she was taking about 90 milligrams per day, so 3 times,
Milliliters?
no milligrams, of morphine,
Oh.
which is opioid. And opioids is something interesting because one thing I know when you study pharmacology is that the next dose of opioid is going to be higher because you create a resistance. And what happens is just like 90 milligrams
Oh my
per day.
gosh.
It's like a truckload, right?
Okay.
And he started taking Biovit. She drops down to 60. So her pain got manageable and using less opioid, less
Her body
morphine.
started doing the work for
Exactly,
her.
because the immune system, right? So the immune system was improving her health,
Wow.
and and her husband actually got in touch with us in our lab, and he said, I need 10 units of Biovit because it comes in 250 ml bottles. I can ask the production. Hey, production, can you get a Biovit in my backpack right there? Um, and he's like, she's gonna take like some 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 a lot of those things. We increased her dose because she was like severe, really advanced. Yeah,
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Both. Yeah, so as you can see, it comes in 250 mLs, right? Can I open it here, Lydia?
Of course.
Is that okay? So, and he's like, oh, she's taking one per week. I want to buy 10. So he actually buys. So it's very, elegant, easy to use.
You have the dosage cup with it.
Yeah, yes. So easy to use, 15 mLs.
So
That's the
this
highest dose.
patient specifically,
It was a she, and she had a cancer, very advanced cancer, metastatic.
how many dosage cups was
She was
taking
taking
of Biovit?
4 per day. It
4.
was like a bottle of Biovit, one bottle of like 250 mLs every 4 days, 4 to 5 days. So each bottle costs about 30
How long had she
$30.
had she
Oh, she was
been
advanced. I don't know how long she has
battling
been, but it
cancer?
was like her husband's like really desperate. So anyway, it's like $30 each bottle. So she actually take one per week. So it's like $120 per month, kind of. They're using it, and he was really happy. And then he said, please ship by Vit. I want 10 units, so he shipped. But a week later, he calls me and said, hey, I have bad news. My wife passed away. And I thought, wow, I have a problem now, right? I think this guy gonna come after the lab because his wife didn't survive. And I said, hey, listen, I'm really sorry to hear that. I can reimburse you from the BioV2 bot because it was about what
10 units. So.
yeah, 10 units was what $300 plus shipping, right? Um, is BioVit is not cheap, but it does not cost much because what it brings, right? But anyway, he's like, hey, no, doctor, don't worry. Your BioVit didn't arrive with my wife on time, but I know this product can benefit other people. I know exactly who I'm gonna give to.
Wow.
Yes. I was like, wow. He's like, and two things happened here. I was glad that I hear from her husband this, and the other thing just kills me. And he says, BioVit did not arrive on time, and did not arrive on time because I didn't do my job. I didn't make one more call. I didn't post one more posting. It's brutal because um, it really helps the journey. Because just the fact of his wife died with quality of life, he's so thankful. Like she was in pain, and he's like, I'm really thankful, Sam. But don't worry, no, no,
Because
I
she had been taking Biovit prior to him placing the 10-unit order. She had
yes,
already been
she was
taking
having great
Biovit,
results, and she reduced
her
the
dosing.
dose of opioids, right? He was fascinated about it. Like, man, and I told him, like, listen, the higher the dose, the better, the more amount of Biovich she's gonna have in her body will be best for her to have a good answer, right?
Wow.
Yep.
So as far as your goal and your mission, do you see your business maybe branching out into the United States as well and helping patients who are going through cancer in the United
Oh
States?
yeah, definitely. We are 100% committed to the U.S. population, both health professionals and patients. We are expanding our business in the U.S. We're glad to say that we are working to it. You're spearheading our operations here and activities uh, of our business here in the U.S. And we are very glad to say that right now we still translating the material, the content, but you are blessing several people already with our products. So yes, we are coming to the US, and you should be expecting. Should you have any questions, just reach out to us, and we'll be glad to answer your questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and your mission, and I'm very happy to be a part of this.
Oh yes. Push.
Thank you.
All right.